guys? Welcome to episode 57, which is actually episode 5 of Yokai Watch Y Academy. This episode's name is It's a New Form If It's Special Training, or Sorei wa Sorei Takun Shitada Shin Formu. This episode originally aired February 19th, 2021. Initial impressions are this episode is actually pretty alright. It's not good, and it's not what I would consider bad at the same time. Initial thoughts are this does feel very similar to a Kamen Rider style series episode when people get power-ups. Basically, our good friend Zazzle shows up and it's like, hey, it's time for a training arc, but we're too cheap for a full training arc, so everyone, we get one training episode together because Zazzle is on timeshare, baby. Zazzle doesn't have time to train everyone individually, it seems. So we go to the hot springs to basically be prepped, because why wouldn't you prep in a hot spring? That's literally the perfect place to prep. Then again, I'm kidding. It's not the perfect place to prep. It's just where our crew happens to have decided that preparations will go on. So, as Zazzle explains, that our Yokai heroes, or our Y heroes, can increase powers by fusing their souls, or fusing themselves, or utilizing the strength of other Yokai, thus allowing them to evolve into, I believe, legendary heroes or classic heroes. What's the correct terminology? Classic. Or, no, it's ancient Yokai heroes. Ancient. As you can see, we have a little bit of an example of that right now with Nomi. Also, they thought they were going to see Natsuki, but all it was Haruhiko. He showed up and was like, "Ha! You thought you were going to get the good sensei, but you got me instead! Wahahaha!" But Haruhiko himself is basically a yokai. So, we continued with a little bit more hot spring shenanigans. Basically, Junpei swam in the hot springs because, yes, he is a kid. We then get a slow reveal effect, revealing some of our ancient yokai. But first we get Kuka's return. Kuka is very important. Kuka in Mataro is now the ship that we sail, guys. Kuka Ranto is dead. We're going with Kuko Mataro, or Makuka. And there's the new watch, guys. The watch is very similar to Greenpay. I mean, Midori Junpei. No, I mean Lime. That's a very similar design. Almost exact, because they'll need extra power, they'll need upgraded material if they want to face Gomanda and the other threats of the high school, especially since the other threats of the high school are also god tier Y heroes. Our reveals show of classic yokai includes Naruto, Nomi, Lady Longneck, Mermaiden, Keelan, Tengu, and Fox Kappa. And there they are all together. I think this group is very unique. Everyone's fairly balanced so that none of our heroes get too OP. Like, all of these yokai are very memorable, very cool. I know they're each of different strengths, tier-wise, but viability-wise, the way this episode shows the trainings that are done this could be very, very good moving forward for us. Kyubi had to spin around and create a gust or a cyclone of wind with Tengu, but Kyubi is a dunce, so Izuna basically becomes Natsuki, and they did that whole cliche with trying to blow the skirt up. Kyubi goes into high gear and tries to do that. And Kyubi, what's Kyubi's new form? Tengu's 9. Tengu the 9, which is a really interesting form. It seems like Kyubi gets a Tengu staff. The Tengu colorization still keeps the fox stylization, but the mask and the upgraded staff, or like the use of the staff, will give Kyubi some nice mid-range coverage. Also, Mila had to just beat up on Kazuma in order to show that he is strong, but Kazuma started the fight off strong, basically taking Miralaida to like the nth degree power wise. Oh, why didn't I get Mila's Snartle form? It's in here somewhere. We also have Nomi and Sandayu. Also, guys, I want to point out that this team is cute. These two are cute together. Sandayu basically has to catch Nomi, so you know how that goes. Boom, bam, we caught a Nomi after failing one time. Which is good because I assume, since this is all kind of fused together. Oh, I went out of the turn. This is the form for Mila. Is it where is it? Namahage Zero, or O, which, having swords now definitely makes Mila a very solid close range fighter, and will really work with Mila's attitude. Also, Zashiki Commander. That looks really good. A lot of nice Nomi inspiration, and the gun looks really cool. I like the dark green used in the weapon itself. It looks rather nice. It's bright and works pretty well. Also, we do have to talk about, is this really his name? Yeah, it's Raku do Kusu. Wow. Basically, Chiaki trained with Lady Longneck. As you can see, Ranto trained to use heat and fire to burn ice with Kyomen. And as you guys are not surprised, Ranto was able to handle this pretty well. I'm actually pretty proud of Ranto. Ranto actually gets a yokai upgrade as well, which is Deep Shadow Ancient, which is probably the lamest name out of the bunch. Everyone else's name really fits. But Ranto, couldn't they dig up an ancient alien for Ranto? Because Ranto's transformations have never been based within a yokai, based out of a yokai's design template. But we got to treat everyone's favorite boy correctly. Also, Nozuchika versus Fox Kappa went pretty well. It was all about cucumbers, Kubi. I just made the pun there. But I said it right the first time. Basically, he had the cucumbers would be eaten by cucumbers, and he became Bai Kappa, which I really like this design. I like the uses of the different shades of green. I like the uses of gold. Junpei's power was starting to really fluctuate. He became Black Cat. But Black Cat does finally get, I won't really even say fixed, but gets appropriated into this new form, which is Shikokumaru. Shikokumaru. Which is nice because it takes full advantage of the Majin watch, which is new. Basically, Mermaidan did not want to play ball with Fubuki and became Deluxe, or Ningyo Deluxe. So we get a sad Fubuki backstory after Blue Moon appears, or after they ask for Blue Moon to be used. Basically, Fubuki's father was I want to say a rocket engineer, because they don't really explain the job title. Basically, the police take him. Her mama is sad. We got some total mama drama, or some sad mama time. Fubuki basically steps up. She really does a good job of doing that. I'm rather proud of her. She stepped in and kind of filled her father's shoes, which is really nice. And her father's name was Yomei, or Yomai Himikawa. Also, I want to comment on how her father's short was basically snow and ice themed as well. I thought that was pretty nice, pretty appealing. Overall, the episode's good. We got a nice little closing of family time, of a nice hug and tears, and Fubuki saying Oto-san, baka, calling her dad dumb in this situation. And Fubuki becomes Ningyo Lady, or I guess we could localize it as Mermaid Lady, or Merlady. Overall, episode was good, even though transformations felt a little rushed. I know this isn't like Kamen Rider, so I just have to take stuff with a grain of salt. This episode is about a 4 out of 5. It's very solid and very enjoyable. Love and appreciate you all. Have a fantastic day now. Bye bye.